Better podcast. We today have our first challenge of the Empowered Dating Challenge. This one is I challenge you to achieve a personal goal. So, this challenge is the start of your empowered dating and has little to nothing to do with dating unless you choose to make it so, and has everything to do with you. This is about you setting and working toward achieving a personal goal of yours. And with it being the start of the new year, no better time than now to get on that. Although every single day of the year is a perfect time to start a new personal goal, but here we are. So, with that, what I want you to do as part of really starting your empowered dating is actually doing something for yourself, showing yourself that you can achieve something for yourself and show up for yourself because there's nothing like being successful at a goal you set for yourself to help you in your confidence with going on and doing other things. And when we are working towards something and feeling good about it only improves how we're showing up in other places in our lives and with other people. It's like when you're really on top of your fitness or your healthy eating or you're, educating yourself and learning something new, your certification program, your degree, a class that you're interested in, you feel good about yourself. You have something to talk about. You have something to talk positively about, and you're proving to yourself what you can do. And I think all of that is important and very helpful in the dating process. And it has you showing up as a kind of not just more confident person, but a passionate person and someone who has something to talk about and to share about and maybe teach someone about, right? So, what I want you to do for this challenge is to take a moment to dream, take a moment to think, take a moment to reflect, take many moments to do this and just start jotting down things that you want to do or achieve or try and start there. So, literally, just make a list, a mental list, but even better, a list where you write things down. I actually have right next to me right now because I try to do this every year. The Magic. I mentioned this book a few episodes ago, where I was talking probably in the self-evolution during cuffing season episode, because that was about doing some goal setting and evolving as a person. And I mentioned The Magic, I mentioned The Secret, I mentioned Law of Attraction. This book, it's been a few years now. I do this starting January 1st. So I was actually behind this year. Today's January 3rd. So today I started it. And so I did exercises 1, 2, and 3 today. But the idea is that every day you do the exercise for that day, and it's 28 days. And I highly recommend it. But it is a great way to get into, in this case, I want to be clear, this is not specifically goal setting, this is manifesting, but literally achieving goals is manifesting. Don't get me on my law of attraction game. That's not even this type of podcast. But just know that my life is and has been, my dating has been empowered by law of attraction, manifestation, et cetera, et cetera. And while we're on the topic, because I have things right here, let's get into the look back letters that I talk about also on that episode. I was looking and I found all my look back letters from the past. So it would have been this is 6, 7 years, but something happened between the 2020 letter and the 2022 letter, aka the world uh damn near came to an end. And 2020 look back letter 2021 has disappeared and probably was never written. If it was, I don't know. That the year of 2020 is literally erased from my mind. I don't remember much from it. And the reason why that matters in this look back letter is because, as I've explained before, when you write a look back letter, you're writing it at the end of the year for the next year. So, meaning this letter here that I have, that's look back letter 2020, this was actually written December of 2019. And I scripted and wrote about what my 2020 year would be and all the wonderful things that will have manifested and happened. Funny enough, I mean, because I did not write about a global pandemic because I did not want that. So I would never put that in my look back letter. But I did write things about kind of like my business, my coaching business, and a bunch of opportunities coming and stuff like that. And 2020 was actually, I don't know that I even specified it to coaching. So I think it was just business in general. So that included therapy. 2020 was huge, huge, a huge year for therapy. Did the most therapy I've ever done in my life in 2020 because everybody was stressed. Okay. I worked with a lot of nurses who were really going through it at the time. And my business definitely blew up then. But then that would have meant that my 2021 look back letter should have been written December of 2020. I'm sure I didn't write nothing. I was just scraping by, like many of us. So I don't know that I did write a letter for that year, so it's gone. But other than that, you see that since 2019, maybe even before that, I might have written some before that that I just didn't save or couldn't find. But at least since 2019, I've been writing a look back letter every year. I just the other day wrote my look back letter for 2026. I sealed it up and I put it in an envelope, and I will read this letter December of 2026, which means that I've already read my letter for 2025. Many of the things have manifested. Some of them have not. Some of them, this is what often happens, have taken a turn and I have decided to do it differently. So I actually ended up wanting something different. But I will always go on and on about the power of scripting and the fun and joy and power of a look back letter. That being said, these can all be wonderful tools in this challenge, which is to achieve a personal goal. What is something you want for yourself, big or small? Start small if that's going to be easier for you to work toward, just so that you have something positive going for yourself. Do you want to read a book a month? Do you want to start some sort of educational program? Do you want to eat more intuitively and more healthy? Do you want to be consistent about showing up and physically moving your body? That's one of my goals. It's the consistency of it. It's the doing something every day or almost every day for myself physically that makes me feel good. Right now, I'm honing in on my hula hooping. I'm honing in on my Supernatural app on the Meta Quest headset, and I'm honing in on just light weights and toning, all of that. I'm trying to get wedding ready, and I'm mostly there. There's just a little couple things I want to tweak here and there to feel my most confident. And so I'm doing that. And I hadn't been the past year showing up consistently in that way. So for me, the idea is consistency. It's not even some hard, firm goal on weight loss or anything like that. I have weight loss goals, but that I'm being less driven by that at this point than I am by the idea of showing up consistently. So the fact that I've done that for the past 3, 4 days or so has made me feel very good, mentally, emotionally. I happen to physically feel good too because I'm exercising, and that usually makes you feel better physically. But I'm really mentally and emotionally feeling good, just because I'm showing up. So, what is it that you want to work on or achieve this month, the next 3 months, this year, but something that you can actively start putting work and effort into right now, so that as we're doing this empowered dating challenge, you can be saying, I'm showing up for this thing. I'm doing this thing. I'm getting my reading in, or I'm finding new books. I'm spending more time with certain people in my life. It can be anything. It can be anything, but it needs to be a personal goal of yours. So I challenge you to achieve a personal goal. Think about what you want it to be, and then put in place a plan to start making it happen. If it's, I want to read a book a month, I need to identify what books I'm going to read. Do I already have a list and I need to go and pull from that list and just say, okay, this is going to be for January, this one for February, this one for March. You can change what the books are along the way. But the idea is you're putting all the steps in place as much as possible to reduce the friction of getting the thing done. So you don't have to sit here when, February comes and think about what book am I going to read? You already know what book you're going to read. It's because you have a list probably of books you wanted to read that you haven't read. But you're also going to ask yourself, how am I getting access to these books? Am I buying them? Am I going to the library? Are they going to be audiobooks? Am I borrowing them? But already have those things in place. If you know so and so has a book that you've been wanting to read, you ask them, hey, for February, can I borrow that book? If you know that you need to go get a library card in order to get books out of the library, you need to go ahead and set up that library card. Um, if you want to do audiobooks and you want them for free through your library, there's the Hoopla app, Hoopla, or the Libby app, Libby. I use those all the time for audiobooks because as much as I love reading, I just don't have the time or focus these days to do it on paper often. So I've been doing a lot of audiobooks and I use Hoopla and Libby to do that. Um, but these are all things that if you have a goal of reading a book a month, those are all little things that you can do to get the plan in place and to be able to get started. Not waiting to figure out the parts of your plan that you need to put in place. Anything that you can put in place now, you want to do that now. You want to set yourself up for the best chance of success. That means being proactive and putting a plan in place. And then you want to ask yourself, what are potential road bumps that I might hit along the way? What have I hit? What road bumps have I hit in the past? What could I possibly hit coming up? So, could it be that I don't have access to the books that I want? That's why you're looking at now, you're looking at how you're going to get access to those. What books you need to buy, what books you can ask someone to borrow, what books you're going to get out of the library, and what you need to do to be able to get access to those things. Who do you need to text? What money do you need to put aside? When do you need to go get your library card, things like that. And so you're trying to remove as many of the roadblocks that you can foresee as possible. There are some that you may not be able to foresee, and you have to pivot accordingly. But you can set yourself up for the best chance of success by identifying what these potential roadblocks may be. Also, ask yourself what is going to help motivate me in doing this thing? Will it be having a reading buddy? Will it be joining a book club? Will it be posting about what you're reading? I have a whole like Instagram account that is dedicated to travel, and books and hula hooping and things that bring me joy. Granted, the only thing on there is like two bits of travel from when I first created the account, and then a bunch of books that I posted. And I started this during the pandemic because I was depressed and I needed a happy place to go. And so that was that Instagram account. But it was fun to just post about what I was reading. So you're wanting to think about what's going to motivate you. Is it making sure, is it going to a coffee shop to read that's going to motivate you? So then you can also be picking out what coffee shops you want to visit to go read your book. Is it going to be being in a certain physical space? I'm in my shimmer shack, aka my office. This is my happy place, my quiet place, my place where I can just read, look at books, read my books, record my podcast, uh, do my therapy sessions with my clients, do some of my exercising. If I want to meditate, do yoga, things like that, I can do that here in my happy space. And the space that I'm in impacts me a lot and helps a lot with motivating me to do certain things. So these are all the things you want to be thinking about for a personal goal that you can start working on now, because this is the first part of your empowered dating challenge. We'll be getting into the next ones, but this one right now, I want you to choose a personal goal to start working on achieving it. And I'd love for you to share with me what that goal is. If you want to do that in the comments on YouTube, or if you want to hit me up on Instagram at the Coach Tracie, any of those things, because I'm very, very interested in the goals that we are working on right now. All right, that's all.